Good morning everyone. In this video, we will go through another two methods to draw the ellipse. In the previous video, we have already went through the concentric circle method, then the rectangular method and the oblong method. So fourth method to generate an ellipse is the arc of circle method. So let us go through the data. Major axis AB and minor axis CD are 100 mm and 70 mm long respectively. If you notice here that this is the fourth method which we are using to generate an ellipse, and in all the methods we are using the same dimensions. We are considering major axis as 100 mm and minor axis as 70 mm long only, because you can differentiate the method easily. Draw ellipse by arc of circle method. So if in the examination if it is specified that you have to use this specific method, then you have to go for that. But otherwise, if it is not specified and it is only given that draw an ellipse, so you can go for any method which you prefer and which you understand properly. So let us go through the method. The first thing you have to draw is the major axis, that is the horizontal line, and indicate A and B point, something like this. Then from the midpoint you have to draw the minor axis in the same manner which we have already drawn in the previous methods, that is 70, so 35 mm above the AB line, and the remaining will be below this AB line. Indicate point C and D. Then next step is very simple. You have to indicate the midpoint as O. Then these 2 points should be indicated here. So what you have to do, you have to take the distance of O to A. With the use of the rounder, you have to take the distance from O to A. Then take center as point C and make an arc here. So you will get this point as F1 and F2. Again I am repeating the procedure. First of all, take the distance from O to A. You have to take the distance from O to A. After taking this distance with the use of rounder, take center as a point C and make an arc here. You will make an arc something like this. So you will get one intersecting point here, that will be F1, and make an arc on the other side. So you will get another intersecting point, that will be the point F2. So in this way you will get two focus points, that is F1 and F2, to generate the ellipse. Then next, indicate point A and B in the same manner. Now you have to consider here random number of parts. It is not compulsory to consider 4 number of parts, and it is also not compulsory to take equal parts. It means from F1 to 1, 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, 3 to 4. It is not compulsory to take the same distance. You can consider random distance here and mark point 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next step is very simple. You have to take the distance from A to 1. The distance is A to 1 with the use of rounder. Okay, take the distance A to 1 with the use of rounder. Then next step, F1 as a center, and you have to make one arc here, something like this. So for same point 1, take the distance from B point. First we have taken the distance of point 1 from A. Now take the distance from B, that is B to 1, B1. Then F2 as a center, and make an arc here, something like this. So you will get this line. So this will be your intersecting point. Similarly, the second point is from 2. So what you have to do? Take a distance from A to 2, that is A2, F1 as a center, and make an arc here. The arc will be something like this. Similarly, for second point, take the distance from B, that is B2. Now our center will be F2. In short, whenever we are considering the distance of any point from A, then arc will be made as a center from F1. If we take the distance from B of any point, then with that distance the arc will be generated with the center of F2. So next step, from B2, this is the distance B2, with the use of rounder, take F2 as a center and make an arc here, something like this. So you will get this point. Then next, from A3, the third point, take the distance A3, F1 as a center. So this is the arc, distance is A3, F1 as a center, and make an arc here, something like this. All these arcs are above AB line, above major axis. So similarly, take the distance B3 from B to 3. Then take a center as F2 and make an arc here, something like this. So similarly, from A to 4, make an arc something like this here. Take a distance B4 up to 0.4. Then take center as F2. So you will make one point here. You will get one point here. So in this way, you will get this. These are the intersecting points: first, second, then third, and fourth one. Let me clear all these things. So these are the points which you are getting here, and indicate them as P1, P2, P3, P4, and join with freehand, or you can also use the French curves which is available in set square. Then next step, again follow the same procedure. Now what we have to do, we have to divide this part, this portion between O to B into any number of parts. Then we have to follow the same procedure, something like this. So first part is somewhere here, suppose. Then the second part, third part. So this is suppose point number 4. So this is 5, 6 and 7. So what we will do, we will take B7 as a distance, take F2 as a center, and then make an arc here. The next step, from A to 7 we have to take the distance, F1 as a center, and make an arc something like this. Then A6 as a distance, A to 6, F1 as a center, and make an arc something like this. Then B6, that is the distance we have to take with the use of rounder, and F2 as a center, and make an arc something like this. So similarly, whatever number of points you are having on this side, you can generate this type of intersecting points. So these are the intersecting points which we can generate. Now you have to join this. We can also find all the points on the other side. How to generate these points? If you remember here, from F1 and F2 we have considered all the arcs. So these arcs are made, all the arcs are made above this major axis, above the AB line. If we take this arcs on the other side, somewhere here, then we can generate on both the sides of major axis. So same procedure you have to follow to get all these points, then join with freehand or with the use of French curves. So in this way you can generate a complete ellipse with the use of arc of circle method. This is one of the important method to generate ellipse. So if we go for the definition, and as per the definition of ellipse is the locus of point P, this one, point P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6 up to whatever number of points you are considering. If point P is moving in a plane, it is moving in a plane in such a manner that the sum of its distance from two fixed points are F1 and F2, it remains constant and equal to the length of major axis AB. So what it is saying that the distance which is considered from the two fixed points, that is an F1 and F2, if we take this distance F1 P1, this one, this length, and this distance, that is P1 F2, if we take the summation of these two distances, it will always equal to the major axis AB. So F1 P1 plus P1 F2, it will be always equal to the major axis AB. This is the definition of ellipse, and the path of the generation of this point, it will generate the ellipse. Our next method is, again we will draw an ellipse but with the use of a rhombus method. This rhombus method will be useful in the isometric projection, that is the last topic of our subject. So let us go through the data. Draw rhombus of 100 mm and 70 mm long diagonals and inscribe an ellipse in it. So first of all we have to draw this rhombus. How this rhombus can be generated? So for that, first you have to draw one horizontal line that will be of 100 mm. Then find out the midpoint here. So from that midpoint draw a vertical line, something like this, that will be of 70 mm, so 35 mm on each side, something like this. So you will get these points. This is 35 mm above this center. This will be point A, then point B, this will be C, and this will be D. Something like this. The horizontal line will be of 100 mm and the vertical line, it will be of 75 mm. That indicates the major axis and the minor axis respectively. Then next, find out the midpoint of all these four sides, something like this. All these are indicating the midpoints. Now what you have to do, mark them as A, B, C and D. Then mark the other corners, something like this. From here, this corner, you have to join this with A, this one, and with B. So from this corner, you have to join the opposite two midpoints, that is A and B. Then from the other side or the other corner, you have to join these two opposite points, opposite midpoints. So from here you have to join with C and D, something like this. So you will get two intersecting points here, first one here and second one here. Then indicate this as 1, 2, this will be 3 and this will be 4. Now why we are indicating this as the 1, 2, 3, 4, why we have not considered here these 2 points? Because the bigger diagonal in rhombus method is not that much of useful. So next step is very simple. Take 1 as a center with your rounder, then 1 to 8 as a radius. 1 as a center, 1 to A as a radius, and make an arc something like this. This one, something like this. The next step, 2 as a center and 2 to C or 2D, both of them will be same. So 2C as a radius and make an arc something like this, that will join C with point D. After that, next step is very simple. Take 3 as a center, this one, 3 to A as a radius or 3 to D as a radius, and make an arc something like this, that will join point A with point D. And the last step is again same, point 4 as a center, 4 to B or 4 to C as a radius, and make an arc that will join point B with point C. So if you see here, total 4 centers we have considered, and total 4 number of arcs we have made that will generate an ellipse. So this is known as the rhombus method. So in this video we went through the 2 methods. The first one was the arc of circle method, and the second method which we went through here is the rhombus method. So hope you have understand both these methods properly. Task of this video, you have to draw the same 2 ellipse with the use of these 2 methods and submit on Google Classroom. Thank you.